In this class, we are discussing about one of the important question for 4 marks, that is triple point of water. Before that, we want to discuss this. You are studied in the school level. Change of phase. Change of phase. We know that matter is available in 3 forms or 3 states: solid, liquid and gas. Solid is available in 3 forms, or we can say 3 stages, or 3 states or 3 phases. What are the 3? Solid, liquid and gas. In the previous classes, we are studied about expansion of solids, expansion of the liquids, and gases also expands. Okay, that is not in our syllabus. Now, when we are giving heat energy to the solids, when the particles are away from the harmonic motion, that are expands. If we can give heat energy continuously at certain temperature, at certain point or at certain temperature, it changes its phase from solid to liquid. Solid to liquid. The solid converted into liquid is called melting. At which temperature the solid is converted into liquid is called melting temperature, or simply called melting, or that point is called melting point. Now, what is a melting? Conversion of solid into liquid, or solid converted into liquid is called melting. Okay. When temperature increases, the liquid is also converted into gas. Liquid converted into gas is called boiling. At certain temperature, the liquid is converted into gas. That temperature is called boiling temperature, or simply called boiling. Boiling means conversion of liquid into gas. Okay. We can see this in our general life. Now, this is a special case. The conversion of solid into gas. The solid is converted into gas is called sublimation. Conversion of solid into gas, sublimation. Is there any example? Yes. Naphthalene tablets. We can say Domber tablets. We can put that in a almaras or birwas, in a clothes. Air purifiers, gives a good smell. Naphthalene tablets, Domber tablets, you can say, that are camphor. We can use in the temples, camphor. The camphor is converted, camphor is a solid. The naphthalene is also solid, that converted into gas. The conversion of solid into gas is called sublimation. Okay. Now, we can see another way. The gas is converted into liquid. Gas is converted into liquid. If the gas is converted into liquid, it is called by condensation. In some books, it is called as liquefaction. Conversion of gas into liquid is called condensation or liquefaction. So, we can see this in our daily life. Yes. Example of gas cylinder. Which cylinder we are used in our house, in kitchen room? LPG, liquid petroleum gas. If you see the cylinder, we feel that the liquid is oscillating in it. Means in a gas cylinder which is present, the gas is in the form of a liquid. The gas converted into liquid is called condensation. Okay. Liquid converted into solid. Okay, that we can see in our houses, otherwise in ice cream shops. The water is converted into ice. The water is converted into ice. Ice cream you are prepared from the milk. The conversion of the liquid into solid is called fusion. Is called fusion. And next, the last one, gas is converted into liquid. The gas is converted into liquid is called hoarfrost. Due to the hoarfrost, in summer season, we can see healing stone rain. What we can observe? Healing stone rain. The gas is converted into solid is called hoarfrost. Due to the hoarfrost, in summer, we see the healing stone rain. తెలుగులో వడగండ్ల వాన అని అంటారు, రాళ్ల వర్షము అని అంటారు, హీలింగ్ స్టోన్ రెయిన్ అని అనాలి. The conversion of the gas into solid is called hoarfrost. Okay. Now, if we can plot a graph between temperature versus pressure, a graph is plotted between temperature and pressure along x comma y directions or axes. X comma y directions or axis, respectively called as phase diagram. Okay, with this phase diagram, now this is very important topic, triple point of water. Triple point of water, it is a very important 4 marks question. If we can get this in the examination, you must to draw this diagram like this and you can write like this. This data, this diagram carries 1 mark, this data carries 2 marks, this definition carries 1 mark. Okay, now phase diagram it is it. Along x axis which is their temperature, y axis which is their pressure. At which point, this is the point, at which point fusion curve, sublimation curve, fusion curve, sublimation curve, steam curve, at which point fusion curve, sublimation curve, steam curve of water in a phase diagram coexist in thermal equilibrium. That point is called triple point of water. Now let us see. This is the curve, fusion curve. Left side, right side. The left side, the water is available in solid form. Right side available in the liquid form. Okay, are you followed? This is the fusion curve. Means here what happened? B is a temperature point. How much it is? 273.15. This is the pressure. How much the pressure? 610.42 Pascal. Otherwise 4.18 atmosphere. 4.18 atmosphere. This is very important, the pressure. 4.10 Pascal. Okay, if the pressure is more than 610.42 and temperature is less than 273.15, listen carefully, the pressure is more than 610.42, temperature is less than 273.15 Kelvin, the water is available in solid form. Okay. If the temperature is more than 273.15 Kelvin, the water is available in liquid form. Means, now let us see this curve. In this side, left side, the water is available in liquid form. Right side is available in which form? Gaseous form or vapor form. In this curve, left side is solid, right side is liquid. For this, left side is liquid, right side is vapor. Now the sublimation curve, in some books it is also called by another name, Hoar-Frost curve. Now here what happened? Left side is solid, but right side what happened? Vapor. Means the pressure is less than 610.42 and temperature also less than 273.15. Now that water is available, either solid or vapor. Okay, this is about the triple point of water. Compulsory you mention the graph like this, left side solid for this curve and right side is liquid. For this curve, left side is liquid, right side is vapor. For this curve, left side is solid and right side is vapor. Okay, see this triple point of water diagram, and compulsory you can draw in your notes, and in the examination the graph must be carries 1 mark and the side values carries 1 mark and the definition carries 1 mark. Or if you want to expand like this, the fusion curve left side is solid, right side is liquid. For steam curve, left side is liquid, right side is vapor. And for sublimation curve, left side is liquid, right side is vapor. The topic is heat capacity. The discussing topics in this class are important for 2 marks. Again, these topics repeated in chemistry also. Now, heat capacity denoted by the symbol of H. Now, what is the heat capacity? The required heat energy to increase the temperature of the body is called heat capacity. Let us take any object. We want to increase its temperature 22, 21 or 32, 31. If you give the heat energy only, its temperature increases. So the required heat energy to increase the temperature of the body is called heat capacity. What is the symbol for heat capacity? Capital H. How we can express mathematically? dQ by dt. What is the unit? Calorie centigrade inverse in CGS system. Joule Kelvin inverse SI system. Okay, heat capacity, the required heat energy to increase the temperature of the body is called heat capacity. Now, specific heat, this is a very important. Again we will discuss this chapter in the 13th, means in the next chapter again we will discuss about this specific heat. Symbol is which one? S. Now what is the specific heat? The required heat energy to increase the temperature of unit mass of the body. Here we are mentioned the mass. In the previous case there is no mentioning of the mass, but here mentioned the mass. The required heat energy to increase the temperature of unit mass of the body is called specific heat, denoted by the symbol S. The required heat energy to increase the temperature of unit mass of the body is called specific heat, denoted by the symbol S. What is the mathematical expression for S? 1 by m dQ by dt. What is the mathematical expression for specific heat? S is equal to 1 by m dQ by dt. Now dQ by dt we know that one H, that's why H by m also we can write. Now what is the unit for specific heat? Calorie, gram inverse, centigrade inverse, CJ system. Calorie, gram inverse, centigrade inverse, CJ system. Joule, kg inverse, Kelvin inverse. Joule, kg inverse, Kelvin inverse, it is SI system. But the specific heat For the two objects we are having the constant values. For ice, the ice specific heat value 0.5 calorie gram inverse centigrade inverse. It is in CGS system. 0.5 calorie gram inverse centigrade inverse. But in SI system 2100 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. 2100 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse in SI system. Right. Now the specific heat of water also having the constant values. What is the specific heat of water? 1 calorie gram inverse centigrade inverse in CGS. Specific heat of water 1 calorie gram inverse centigrade inverse. In SI system 4200 joule kg inverse Kelvin inverse. In SI system 4200 joule kg inverse and Kelvin inverse. This is about specific heat. Specific heat is different for different bodies. Means let us take copper, brass, iron. These are the different objects, different bodies. For different bodies, specific heat also different. Okay, this is one of the important for 2 marks. Next one, latent heat, capital L. When we use this latent heat word, when the object is changes its phase from solid to liquid or liquid to gas, at that time we use the term of latent heat. The latent heat, the topic is used when the object is changes its phase from solid to liquid or liquid to gas. Now, what is the definition? The received heat energy of a body, if you take any body, either solid or liquid, if it is receives the heat energy, stores in it and utilize that energy to change the phase without raise of temperature of that body is called latent heat. Now let us take, you take example of ice. Put your hand in ice. First you take ice, put in your hand on ice and put that ice on any candle or a burner. If you touch, the ice temperature is not increased but starts to melt. It is converted into liquid. If this total ice is converted up to the water, its temperature is not increases. But heat energy received that. Heat energy received that. But this temperature is not increases. Till it converts into the which one? Water. I am giving example of what ice. Means ice is receives the heat energy, but temperature is not increases till it converts into the water. At that time it stores the energy. That energy is called latent heat. In winter season also we can see the oils, especially coconut oil. The coconut oil becomes frozen. If you keep that on a stove or a sunshine place, till it converts into the liquid form, its temperature is not increases. At that time it stores the energy and utilizes that to change its phase. That is called as H1 latent heat. So the latent heat symbol is capital L, mathematical expression is Q by M. Latent heat, the received heat energy of the body is stored in it and utilized that energy to change the phase without raise of temperature of the body is called latent heat. What is the mathematical expression? L is equal to Q by M. What is the unit? Calorie gram inverse CGS, joule kg inverse SI. So these latent heat also have two constant values for two substances. One is ice. The latent heat of ice is how much? 80 calorie per gram. Latent heat of ice is how much? 80 calorie per gram in CGS. But in SI, 0.336 into 10 to the power of 6 joule per kg. That is the value of latent heat in SI. Right. Next one. Latent heat of steam. 540 calorie gram inverse in CGS. But in SI, 2.26 into 10 power 6 joule kg inverse. These are the fixed values. Okay. Specific heat denoted by S, latent heat denoted by capital L. But how we calculated these values for ice and water, means specific heat of ice and specific heat of water and latent heat of ice and latent heat of the steam. These values are measured by using one instrument. That instrument is called by calorimeter. Calorimeter is an instrument to measure the specific heat and latent heat. Calorimeter is a one instrument. With that instrument, it is one apparatus or one instrument. With that we calculate the specific heat and latent heat. This calorimeter works under one principle. That principle is called principle of mixture. Specific heat, latent heat, both are measured by which instrument? Calorimeter. Calorimeter is an instrument to find a specific heat and latent heat. This instrument works under one principle, that is called principle of mixture. Now what is the principle of mixture? Loss of heat energy of any object is equal to gain of heat energy of another object. If take any object, one object lost the energy, another object gains the energy. Why? Energy neither created nor destroyed. It converts from one form to another form. That's why if any object lost the energy, another object gains the energy. That's why loss of energy is equal to gain of heat energy of another object. Loss of heat energy of one object is equal to gain of heat energy of another object. This is called by principle of mixture. On this principle, calorimeter is works. This calorimeter is used to find specific heat and latent heat. Latent heat and specific heat, how we can measure them also. Now, today we will discuss the variation of melting point and a boiling point. Melting point, boiling point means at that place we can use the latent heat also. So, variation of latent heat by pressure. When the pressure is changed, melting point as well as boiling point both are changed. With this, we can see some of the natural things in our daily life. Now first, pressure cooker. We know that in pressure cooker cooking is very fast. Why? Further, we want to discuss about the variation of boiling point of water. Now let us first want to discuss about that. At hill stations, the pressure is less. When the pressure is less, the boiling point is also less. It means when the pressure is decreases, the boiling point also decreases. Especially on the hill stations, pressure is less. When we go up, the pressure is decreases. Hill stations automatically pressure is less. On the hill stations, the pressure is less, so the boiling point is less. That's why what I mentioned, boiling point or boiling temperature is decreasing. By decreasing the pressure means, so cooking is not possible on the hill stations. Why here pressure is less? On the hill stations, pressure is less, so it is not possible to cooking. So, but how we can cook it? By increasing the pressure. Atmosphere pressure we can't change. That's why one instrument is designed. That instrument is pressure cooker. If the pressure is increasing, boiling temperature is increases. Based on this principle, pressure cooker works. Inside the pressure cooker, which we are increasing, pressure is increasing. When the pressure is increases, the boiling point is increases. That's why the cooking is very fast. But here the main topic is, when the pressure is increases, what is the boiling point? Pressure is increases, boiling point is increases. If the pressure is decreases, boiling point is decreases. The question may be like this: what about the pressure? What about the pressure? When answer. What about the boiling point? What about the boiling point? When pressure increases, pressure decreases. When the pressure increases, boiling point is increases. When the pressure decreases, boiling point is decreases. Okay? This is one of the topic. Next one. Boiling point is completed. Next one is melting point. Boiling point means the conversion from liquid to gas. Melting point means conversion from solid to liquid. Now, it is opposite. Melting point of temperature is decreases by increasing the pressure. So, it is easy to cut ice cube by a small thread into two pieces. Let us take ice cube, bulk size of ice cube. Now we want to cut into two pieces. It is a bulk size of ice cube. Now we want to cut into two pieces. What we want to take? We take one small thread and apply weights on it. When the pressure is increases, the melting temperature what happens? Decreases. At this place, that water layer will form and divided into pieces. Especially this is happened in the ice factories. If you want to purchase ice cube, if you want a small piece, you can cut that by using the thread. Okay. Now, based on this, we have a 2 marks question that we want to discuss. Okay. When the pressure is increases, the melting point what happens? Decreases. If the pressure is increases, melting point is decreases. If the pressure is decreases, melting point decreases. Is it clear? Now the pressure is increases. Opposite. Pressure increases, melting point is decreases. The pressure decreases, melting point is increases. Are you followed? Pressure is increases, melting point is decreases. Immediately means when the pressure decreases, melting point is increases. Now here what happens? Pressure is increases, the melting point is decreases. That's why it is easy to cut the ice cube into two pieces. Now the opposite we want to discuss now. This is important. Two ice pieces press together. Pressure is increases. Press together. Pressure is increases at the place of meet. At the place of meet of ice pieces, water layer is formed. Why the water layer is formed? When the pressure is increases at the contact place, melting point is decreases. So at that place, water layer will forms. What is forms? Water layer is forms. If pressure is removed, now you can press it at the meet place, water layer will form. If you remove the pressure,
pressure what happen decreases, so pressure decreases, what happen, melting point what happen increases, so the two ice cubes become as a single ice block or single block. This is called regeneration of ice. 2 years back or 3 years back in annual examination we got this marks question. What is the regeneration of ice? Regeneration of ice. What is the meaning of that? When the pressure is increased, when the two ice pieces are contact at that place, melting point is decreases, water layer will forms. If we remove the pressure, at which place the water layer will forms, at that point the melting point what happen increases, so the water layer become as a ice and the two ice blocks become as a single block. This phenomena is called as actual regeneration of ice. Okay, this is very very important for 2 marks question. Okay. Anyhow, when the pressure increases, what happen? Melting point is decreases. Listen carefully. When the pressure is increases, melting point is decreases. If the pressure is increases, boiling point what happen? The pressure is decreases, boiling point is decreases. Quite opposite. Boiling point is decreases when the pressure is decreases, but melting point is decreases by increasing the pressure. These two we can face in our daily life. And the melting point topic is also used in one case. In this online class, it is not the way to explain that. Okay, an online, offline classes only it is possible. Another example is that it is a very funny example. Okay, it is not possible to explain now, and especially in cooking section you can use that principle. Not now. Okay, just record this in your notes. Once again repeat listen that based on the which principle the pressure cooker is works, the pressure is increases, boiling point increases. On that principle pressure cooker is works. Regeneration of ice works under which principle? When the pressure is increases. This is a very important question in this chapter. For 4 marks, number of times we got this question in the examination for 4 marks. Transmission of heat. Heat is transferred from high temperature to low temperature under three processes. Heat is transferred from high temperature to low temperature under 3 processes. The 3 processes are: number 1, thermal conduction. First one is thermal conduction. The second one is thermal convection, and the third one is thermal radiation. What is the first one? Thermal conduction. Second one is thermal convection. The third one is thermal radiation. Okay, now first thermal conduction. Now what is the meaning of thermal conduction? Heat always transferred from high temperature to low temperature. Heat transferred from high temperature to low temperature without change the position of particles in the media is called thermal conduction. Means in the media, every media consisting particles. Media means solids, liquids and gases. Solid, liquid and gases, these 3 has the particles. But in the thermal conduction, particles not changes their position but transmit the heat from high temperature to low temperature. This process is occurred in which substances? In the solids. In the solids, heat is transferred by this process. Let us take, it is a solid. If you give a heat energy, in this one the particles receive the heat energy but gives the energy to another particle. that particle gives energy to another particle, but particle not changes their position. Particles never change their position when the heat is transferred in the solids. Okay, the thermal conduction process is occurred in solids. Okay, second one, thermal convection. Here also heat is transferred from high temperature to low temperature. Heat transferred from high temperature to low temperature. Change of position of particles in the media is called thermal convection. Means in thermal convection what happens? Particles are changes their position. Particles are changes. Here one particle is there. This particle changes position from here to here, and from here to here, and here to here. Means the heat is transferred in liquids and gases by this process only. That's why in liquids, gases, heat is transferred by this process. Now, what is the convection? Heat is transferred from high temperature to low temperature by change the position of particles in the media is called thermal convection. Means in the convection what happens? Particle changes their position. Particles are changes their position. In that way heat is transferred. This process is occurred in which substances? Solids, liquids and gases. In the solids, particles are not changes their position. It is conduction. Liquids and gases, particles are changes their position. That's why it is called convection. Right. Now the third process, thermal radiation. Conduction, solid is liquid. Convection, liquid and gas is liquid. Radiation, no media. Solid is not required. Gas is not required. Liquid is also not required. Means no need of the media. Without the media, heat is transferred from one place to another place by the process of radiation. Now, what is the radiation? Heat transmitted from high temperature to low temperature without intervention of media. Without intervention of the media is called thermal radiation. Means shortcut. Without the media. Without the media, heat is transferred from one place to another place. Answer is yes. What is that one? Radiation. In the radiation, media is not required to transfer the heat from high temperature to low temperature. What is the example for it is? Earth receives the heat from sun. Earth receives the heat from sun by this process. Means from the sun we get the heat energy. By which process? Radiation. Okay, these are the very very important questions. Shortcut. Conduction, particles not changes their position. Conduction, particles not changes their position. Example solids. Convection, particles are changes their position. Example liquids and gases. Third one, radiation without the medium. Example, earth receives the heat energy from sun or energy from sun to earth. These are the three very very important topics in this chapter for 4 marks. And convection separate one 8 marks. Thermal convection important for 4 marks. It is for 8 marks. Next class we will discuss that. This is for 4. And based on the number of topics are there, we will discuss that in the next classes. Radiation. This is very very important topic. And we will discuss this topic in chemistry also. In the second year we will discuss clearly about the radiation. Okay? Right. How many processes are there to transfer the heat? 3 processes. Conduction, convection, radiation. Shortcut. Conduction. Particles are not changes their position. Example solids. Convection. Particles are changes their position. Example liquids and gases. Radiation without the media. Example energy from sun to earth. The types of transmission of the heat. that are thermal conduction, thermal convection, thermal radiation. Once again I am repeating that. Conduction. Particles are not changes their position and transfer the heat from high temperature to low temperature. This is occur in solids. Next one. The heat is transferred by actual momentum of particles. Means particles are changes their position, transfer the heat from high temperature to low temperature by the process of convection. That is occurred in liquids and gases. And the third one is radiation. Without intervention of the media, the heat is transferred from high temperature to low temperature, that we are studying in the last class. Now today we are studying about one of the important question for 8 marks, that is coefficient of thermal conductivity. Now let us take, this is one solid, means nothing but a rod. Solid again is a rod. Between the two different temperatures, one is hot, another one is cold. Its temperature is theta 2, its temperature is theta 1. The area of the cross section of the solid or rod is A. The distance between the difference of temperatures nothing but the length of the rod is d. Now, rate of transmission of heat. Rate of transmission of symbol is how much? Q by T. The rate of transmission of heat Q by T through solid depends on 3 factors. Number 1, proportional to cross-sectional area of the solid. So Q proportional to A. Next one, proportional to difference in temperature between the ends of the rod. That is theta 2 minus theta 1. And the third one is inversely proportional to length of the solid or rod between the temperature ends. Q by T proportional to 1 by D. It is inverse. Means the heat energy is transferred through the solid depends on 3 factors. First one depends on 3 factors. First one area. The second one is difference of temperature at the ends of the solid or rod. And third one is inversely proportional to the length of the rod. Otherwise, you can say temperature ends. Now let us take these 3. Q proportional to A, Q by T proportional to theta 2 minus theta 1, Q by T proportional to D. You take these 3, we can write like this: Q by T proportional to A into theta 2 minus theta 1 by D. And we know that when we remove the proportionality, we will get one constant. We remove the proportionality, we will get one constant. Now how we can write? Now let us see that this is the mechanism. Q by T, if proportionality is removed, we will get one constant, that is K A theta 2 minus theta 1 by D. This is the expression, but here K is called as coefficient of thermal conductivity. We can write the equation like this also. K is equal Q into D by T into A into theta 2 minus theta 1. This is the mathematical expression for K. K is equal cross multiplication Q into D. You take this here, we get this equation. Now, what is the unit for this? What is the unit for this? For this, Q by T, heat energy by time, it is watt. It is meter square, watt per meter square, and it is Kelvin inverse. Now what is the unit for the K? K is watt, meter inverse, and Kelvin inverse. Okay. Now we want to define the K. Now let us write if T is equal to 1 meter, T is equal to 1 second, A is equal to 1 meter square, and theta 2 minus theta 1 is equal to 1 Kelvin. So what happen? We will get K is equal to Q. Now here we can define the K. Now I want to write the definition of the K. Now what is the definition of the K? Now let us see here. Distance is 1, time is 1 second, area is 1 meter square, difference in temperature is 1 K. Now how we can define K? The heat energy passing through unit cross sectional area and unit length of the rod. Unit cross sectional area and unit length of the rod in 1 second per 1 degree raise of the temperature is called as coefficient of thermal conductivity. How we can define the coefficient of thermal conductivity? We can write the heat flow per second between the opposite phases of cube of unit side which are maintaining a unit temperature difference. In this way also we can define it. You write this information, that is enough for the definition of K. Now let us see. In this equation, theta 2 minus theta 1 by D is called as temperature gradient. Okay, theta 2 minus theta 1 by D, it is called by that one temperature gradient. Now what is the unit for this also? The unit for this as temperature Kelvin into meter inverse, temperature gradient. And next, and one more important under this topic is thermal resistance. Next one is thermal resistance. It is also comes under this coefficient of thermal conductance. How we can write this one? Thermal conductance. Thermal conductance is taken as L by K. What is thermal conductance? RH is equal to L by Ka. This is the equation for the thermal conductance. Now, this thermal conductance depends on three factors. Right, RH proportional to L, RH inversely proportional to 1 by K, RH inversely proportional to capital A. So, the thermal resistance is depends on the length of the conductor and material of the conductor and cross sectional area of the conductor. Okay, now RH depends on number 1, length of conductor. Number 2, area of conductor or solid. Next, third one, nature of conductor. Nature of conductor means it is a solid, it is a iron or copper, etc., etc., etc. Okay, this is about the thermal resistance. Okay, these are the important questions comes under the coefficient of thermal conductance. Okay, in that one the temperature gradient, and next of all another one which is thermal resistance. Thermal resistance also important, and based on this we can get one formula, RH is equal to L by K into A. Okay, right, this is the thermal resistance. The thermal resistance also taken in another form also. What is another form? You check it. RH is equal to Q by into difference in temperature also, but this is F. Okay. Thermal convection. We know that thermal convection. What is thermal convection? Heat is transferred from high temperature to low temperature by change of position of the particles in the medium. But particles are changes their position from where to where? From high temperature to low temperature. Particles are changes their position. Now here, this thermal convection is two types. One is natural convection, another one is forced convection. What is the next one? Forced convection. Okay. Now what is a natural convection? Momentum of particles, means particles moment changes their position. Momentum of particles in the media along upwards by increasing temperature is not depends on gravity. Is called natural convection. How the particles moves upwards. Why? When the temperature increases, especially this process is occurred in liquids and gases. When temperature increases, the liquid molecules and gas molecules, both the value is increases. When the value is increases, automatically density decreases. Liquid particles, solid particles. Value is increases when its temperature increases. Value increases, the density decreases. Density decreases means it becomes weightless. That's why it moves upwards. Moves upwards. When it moves upwards, it is not depends on the gravitational force. So this is one object and moved it moves towards. Why? Gravity is there. But when the liquid molecules, gas molecules, after increasing of their value, so automatically density decreases. Density decreases, it becomes weightless, moves upwards, but gravity is not acts on that. This kind of a convection is called natural convection. Means the momentum of particles is not depends on the gravity, but it moves upwards. Now, what is the example? This is very important for examination point of view. Why the ventilators are provided just below the roof? Ventilators are provided in the room just below the roof by the process of natural convection. Why the ventilators are provided in the houses? We have the roof ventilators just below the roof. Why the ventilators are provided just below the roof means that through that ventilators, hot gases are ejected. Why the hot gases I am saying? When temperature increases, value is increases, so the gas molecules or liquid molecules temperature is more. The the temperature is more, volume is more, so density is less than of hot. The hot gases are moves away. And you know that one more. The gas is always wants to move where empty place is exist. In the room empty place is more, outside empty place is more. Outside the room empty place is more. Empty place means more space is there. That's why the hot gases are always ejected from ventilators. That's why in our houses or in offices compulsory ventilators are provided. If the ventilators are not provided, that room is always warm. We can get more sweat if the ventilators are not exist in the room. That's why ventilators are provided just below the roof to send the hot gases by the process of thermal convection. And otherwise, smoke pipes. Smoke pipes are just vertically upwards. In factories, hotels, you see in hotels, huge pipes, hot gases means smoke. The smoke is ejected from the pipes, we can say smoke pipes. In hotels and factories, how it is? Upwards. The smoke, that is a hot gas, always moves in upwards. This is the natural, yes. Gravity depends, the smoke moves downwards. Smoke always moves upwards by the process of natural convection. And another one, cold breeze blows at the bank of the rivers on the daytime. Especially we can see at the rivers and the ponds. If you can sit at the bank of the river, we will get the cool breeze at the daytime. Why we get the cool breeze? Due to the natural convection. Okay, but in these three, this is a very important question for 2 marks. Okay, convection is 2 types. The first one is natural convection. The second one is forced convection. Same definition, but here not is there, that is wind touch. See that one. Movement of particles in the media along upwards by increasing temperature is depends on the gravity. Here not depends on the gravity, but here what happened? Depends on the gravity. It's called forced convection. Means the particles are loose. Here also when the temperature increases, volume increases, density decreases, but moves upwards. But here it is depends on which one? Gravity. That kind of a convection is called forced convection. Example: cool breeze by air coolers, electrical fans and air conditions. We know that we can get the more sweat if you can switch on the electrical fan. Otherwise you can sit there in front of the air cooler or air conditioners. We will get coolness. Why means here we can get the cool breeze. By which process? That is forced convection but not natural convection. And another example. If the object is warm, now we want to cool them. Especially we can see in houses in kitchen room. If our mother prepare any tiffin, to prepare a box, to cool it, she kept that at the windows. From the windows what we can get? Cool breeze. From the windows we get the cool breeze. This is also not a natural convection, it is a forced convection. That's why the objects are cooled. Is kept at windows by the flow of cool breeze. This is also another example for forced convection. But in this topic, this is important. The electrical fans gives the cool breeze by natural convection or forced convection. Answer is forced convection. Okay, convections are how many types? 2 types: natural convection and forced convection. In the natural convection, the motion of the particles or liquid or gas molecules or particles is not depends on the gravity, but for forced convection it is depends on the gravity. Absorptive power. Now all the bodies emits a radiation. and also absorbs the radiation if temperature is more than 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin object emits radiation? Yes. 0 degrees centigrade? Yes. 0 degrees centigrade is nothing but 273.15 Kelvin. There also body emits the radiation. This is one question in our textbook. Object at 0 degrees centigrade emits the radiation? Yes, answer is emits the radiation. 0 Kelvin emits the radiation? No. It's 0 Kelvin, it is not emits. More than 0 Kelvin emits. Okay. In the previous class we have studied about absorption power. Now in this class we are discussing emissive power. Emission. The energy emitted by unit surface area of radiating body is called emissive power. Now let us take this object emits the radiation. Yes, this object emits the radiation. So the energy emitted by unit surface area of radiating body is called emissive power. Okay, we can say energy flux also we can say. Energy flux emitted by unit surface area of radiating body is called emissive power. Energy flux. Otherwise, we can say energy or energy flux. Otherwise, energy emitted by unit surface area of radiating body in second. Here also like this. In unit time. We can mention this also. Is called emissive power. Otherwise, we can write like this also. How we can write? In unit time called emissive power. Symbol is E. Okay, this is the definition. This is the surface area. From this surface area, energy is emitted in 1 second. It's called the energy emitted by unit surface area of a radiating body in 1 second or in unit time called emissive power, denoted by symbol E. Next one, emissivity. The ratio of emissive power of a body. This is a body. The ratio of emissive power of a body to emissive power of a perfect black body is called. This is one object. From this one, the energy is emitted from unit cross-sectional area in 1 second. The same cross-sectional area of a black body you take, it is also emits the energy in 1 second. That energy, the black body emitted energy, is divided by one another, is called emissivity. Symbol is, it is also E, small e by capital E. What is the small e? Emissive power of radiated body like this. Next one, what is capital E? Emissive power of perfect black body. Okay, these two are important for 2 marks question. May be given for 2 marks. Okay, now the very important question in this chapter, how we get the question in the examination for these topics. Utensils are coated by black, white. Otherwise, why the utensils are coated by a black? Utensils means the cooking bowls. The cooking bowls is called utensils. The utensils are coated by black. Why? Black body absorbs all wavelength of radiation. Black body absorbs all wavelength of the radiation. When we can put that on a flame or a stove, absorbs all the wavelengths, so the cooking is very fast. That's why utensils are coated by the black. Why? The black absorbs all wavelength of radiation and cooking is very fast. And next one, the journal that we are studying in school level also. It is the suggestible to wear the black dress in summer? No. Why? Black body absorbs all wavelength of the radiation. Especially we know in summer, temperature is more, radiation is also more. So when we can wear a black dress, this black dress absorbs all wavelength of the radiation. It is absorbs. But our body temperature is less. Our body temperature is always 37 degrees centigrade. More than that we get the fever. But in summer temperature is 40, 42, 44 up to 48. When we can wear a black dress, this body temperature becomes 42, 48 up to 48 temperature. So this temperature is more but our body temperature is less. That's why this radiation falls on our body, so we will get more sweat. More sweat we will get. More sweat we will get. It leads to dehydration. Dehydration means we can say sunstroke. That's why it is not good to wear black clothes in summer. Okay? Why the black is not suggested to wear in summer? This is the reason. But next, another one. Opposite of the black body is white body. White body reflects more heat radiation. White is reflects more heat radiation. So that the roof of the buildings are painted by white during the summer. Especially in the summer, all are painted the white color. It is called by Cool Home. Cool Home paste that is available in market, especially on the roofs in summer season are painted that. Why? The white body reflects more heat radiation. That's why the roof of the buildings are painted white during the summer. Hence we can feel comfort. Hence its room becomes very cool. Even in summer also it is painted by the white. Okay. And next, as usually, it is a good to wear white clothes in summer. Why? White is reflects more heat energy. So it doesn't get more sweat if we can wear the white dresses in the summer. Okay. These two are very, very important, especially for examination point of view. Utensils are coated by black, white. That is one question. Next one. White. The white paint is coated at the roof of the buildings in summer. That is also. Okay. Black body absorbs the oil wavelengths, so the cooking is very fast. That's why utensils are coated by a black. Black body reflects more heat energy. That's why the roof of the buildings are painted white. So it emits the radiation and also absorbs the all wavelength of the radiation. So these emission energy and absorption energy depends on which factors that we want to discuss now. It is explained mathematically with one equation. The scientist is Stefan. On the behalf of his name is called Stefan's law. We have problems based on this. Okay. Stefan's law is applicable for black bodies. Now what he says? Rate of emission of radiation. Rate of emission of radiation through unit cross-sectional area of black body is directly proportional to fourth power of absolute temperature of a black body is called Stefan's law. It is not black body, just example. It is a black. It emits the radiation. The surrounding temperature is less, it emits the radiation. But you take this cross-sectional area is 1. That's why unit cross-sectional area. In 1 second. Rate of emission means in 1 second. That is the meaning. The rate of emission of radiation through unit cross-sectional area. This is the unit cross-sectional. Through unit cross-sectional area of black body is directly proportional to fourth power of absolute temperature of black body. Is called Stefan's law. Now, it emits the energy. Its temperature is more than the surroundings emits. How much energy is emitted? It is depends on this temperature fourth power. If the temperature increases, now let us take it is 40 degrees, okay, emit some radiation. 50 degrees, energy is increased. 60 degrees, energy is increased. When its temperature is increases, the emission of energy is increases. That is the Stefan's law. That energy is, if this temperature is increases, 20 emits some energy. 40 increases the energy. 60 increase the energy. Means if temperature is increases 1000, 2000, 10,000 like that. When the temperature increases, the emission of energy what happen? Increases. It is called, it is mathematically explained by one equation by the Stefan. What is the Stefan's law? Mathematical form. E, energy. Energy by time, rate of emission of energy. A, area proportional to fourth power of its absolute temperature. If we remove the proportionality, we will get one constant. That constant is called Stefan's constant. How much its value? 5.67 into 10 to the power of -8. What? Meter minus 2, Kelvin minus 4. Stefan's law is applicable. The emission of energy through unit cross-sectional area in 1 second of a black body. For that we use this formula. When the temperature increases, energy increases. Okay, this is for black body. It is for black body. If it is not a black body, let us like this is the body. For this, what is the equation? This is the equation. E by AT same. E by AT sigma e power 4. But E is there. What is this? Before this class I have explained. MCVT. MCVT what happened? Less than for other bodies. But one for each one, perfect black body. That's why E is equal to 1. We get this. Okay? This is about Stefan's law. Okay? Generally, Stefan's law we can say it depends on fourth power of absolute temperature. Only for the black bodies. If it is not a black body, the emission of radiation depends on which factor. Just imagine, this is a black body. The energy emitted only depends on its temperature. Only depends on its temperature if it is a black body. If it is not a black body, like this. It is also emits a radiation or energy, but this emission energy depends on this surface temperature and also area. And also area. If it is not a black body, the emitted energy depends on temperature as well as area. That's why depends on area if it is not a black body. That's why especially in winter season, the dogs, the animals, snakes that are sleep by curling. We are also in winter, what happens? We can sit like this, we can close our hands and we can bend our body like that also. Dogs also curl and sleep like that. Why? When we can sleep like that, our area what happen? Decreases. Area what happen? Decreases. When area is decreases, the emission energy also decreases. Why we are not a black bodies? Dogs are not a black bodies. Snakes are not a black bodies. That's why, especially not only that one, all the living animals are objects, humans. They can curl, ముడుచుకోవడం, చుట్టుకోవడం, ముడుచుకొని పంటారు. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఇన్ వింటర్ సీజన్ హ్యాండ్స్ దగ్గరికి ఫోల్డ్ చేస్తారు. వై దే కెన్ కర్ల్? ద ఏరియా ఈజ్ రెడ్యూస్డ్. వెన్ ద ఏరియా ఈజ్ రెడ్యూస్డ్, ద ఎమిషన్ ఆఫ్ ఎనర్జీ ఈజ్ డిక్రీజెస్. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో వన్ ఆఫ్ ది ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్. One time we can get this in the examination. Okay, black body only depends on surface temperature. If it is not a black body, depends on temperature as well as area. Okay, right. Stephan says that, but in the nature there is no perfect black body. Number of times we are discussed about this. In the nature, good black body is there, but perfect black body is not there. That's why scientist Boltzmann is corrected the Stephan's equation like this. E by A is equal to sigma T power 4 minus T naught power 4. This is Stephan Boltzmann law. What is the T? Temperature of the body. You take any body in the enclosure. What is T naught? Temperature in an enclosure of black body. T is temperature of the body in the enclosure. Next, temperature of an enclosure of black body means this is looks like a black color but not black body. Inside you take any object. Inside you take any object like this. For this, Stephan law is applicable. For this, Stephan's law is applicable like this. For this is the Stephan's law. For this is the Stephan's law. Like this, it is looks like a black body enclosure in the object. If the object is like this, for this is the law. Okay, 3 situations, 3 equations about the black body radiation. Okay, Stephan's law for black body, Stephan's law for another bodies, and Stephan Boltzmann law. Okay, these are about black bodies. Next, after Stephan, another scientist, his name is called Wien. Wien is given another equation for the black body. that is called by Wien's displacement law. Wien's displacement law. Now let us see. Okay, he was plotted the graph between wavelength and energy of the black body. Okay, first he was taking a black body at certain temperature. It releases the energy like this. It is at one temperature T1, and he was increased the temperature. Now this is the maximum value, and he was increased the temperature of the black body. Now let us see. This is black at certain temperature T1. Temperature is increased. Now the graph is like this. This is for T2. So for this is the maximum. Next one. He was increased the temperature like this. This is the maximum value. Again increase the temperature. This is the graph. This is the maximum value. Means when the temperature of the black body increases, the emission of energy what happened? Increases. But when he was plotting graph, one result is observed by the beam. See, this is the maximum energy value at temperature T. This is the maximum energy value at temperature T. This is the maximum energy value at temperature T. This is the maximum value when temperature is T4. Okay, temperature increases, energy increases, but this is the maximum energy. Maximum energy, this is the value. This is the maximum energy, this is the value. This is the maximum energy, this is the value. Means temperature increases, energy increases, but wavelength for the maximum energy is decreases. Decreases. You see this side. Decreases means changes its position. Changes its position is called by which one? Displacement. Which is displaced? Wavelength is displaced. So he was established one form. What is that means? Lambda m. What is lambda m? The corresponding wavelength for maximum energy. Corresponding wavelength for maximum energy is inversely proportional to absolute temperature. Temperature increases, wavelength what happened? Decreases. So which relation is there? Inverse relation is there. Wavelength is changes, that's why it is called displacement. Changes in this side, direction. Direction is displacement. This is called Wien's displacement law. If we remove the proportionality, we will get one constant. We will get one constant. What is the name of that constant? That constant is called by Wien's constant. This Wien's constant is 0.293 centimeter into K. Okay, this is the value of the Wien's constant. Now, what is the Wien's displacement law? The corresponding wavelength for the maximum energy is inversely proportional to absolute temperature of the black body. It is called Wien's displacement law. Now what we can say? The corresponding corresponding wavelength for the maximum energy of radiation is inversely proportional to absolute temperature of black body is called Wien's displacement law. Okay, now Wien's displacement law. The corresponding wavelength for the maximum energy of radiation is inversely proportional to absolute temperature of black body is called Wien's displacement law. But this law, Wien's displacement law, is valid for short wavelength of radiation. This law is valid for short wavelength of radiation. Okay, coefficient of thermal conduction. After that, we are studying about temperature gradient and thermal resistance. These topics we are covered in the last class. After that, types of convection. Now in this class we want to discuss about coefficient of thermal convection. Coefficient of thermal convection, neta. Symbol is neta. Okay, when the heat energy received by the liquids and gases, the particles are changes their position. Liquids and gases are called fluids. Why? That are flows. That's why we can take the liquid and gases as streamlines, like these lines. These are called streamlines. This is one layer. This is another layer. This is another layer. In between these layers, air is present. Between these layers, air is present. Between these layers, air is present. Otherwise, between these layers, liquid is present. In between these layers, liquid is present. This is one layer. This is another layer. This is another layer. This is another layer. The area of the layer is A. These are the layers. Hence, we can treat the liquids and gases as a combination of layers that are called as streamlines. Okay, now the rate of flow of heat through liquids and gases. What is the symbol for rate of flow of heat? Q by T. Rate of flow of heat is denoted by the symbol of Q by T. The rate of flow of heat through the liquids and gases depends on two factors. Rate of flow of heat through the liquids and gases depends on two factors. The first one, area of the fluid layer. Fluid means liquids and gases are flows. That's why that two are called fluids. Liquids and gases are flows, so that are called fluids. That's why the rate of flow of heat through liquids and gases, number one, proportional to area of the fluid layer. So Q by T proportional to A. And second factor, proportional to difference between the temperature of the layers. We know moves upwards, temperature is more. Why the temperature is more? The gas molecules receive the heat energy, volume increases, density decreases. Density decreases, moves upwards, means upwards the hot gases are moves. Hot gases always moves upwards. That's why this layer temperature is T1, this this layer temperature is T2. That's why T2 minus T1. The second factor, the rate of flow of heat through liquids and gases proportional to difference between the temperature of the layers. Now let us take these two and we can write as Q by T proportional to A into theta 2 minus T. If you remove the proportionality, we will get one constant. What is that constant? Coefficient of thermal convection. Okay, we can write theta is equal to Q by A into theta 2 minus theta 1 into T. Okay, the coefficient of thermal convection depends on two factors. And next of all, what is a unit? Watt meter minus 2, Kelvin minus 1. This may be important for 2 marks. Okay, and at this point of view it may be asked. But the types of convection important and follow this is another topic. Okay, the heat is transferred by the three processes: conduction, convection, radiation. Under the conduction, we are studied coefficient of thermal conductance. Then after, in that topic only, we are studying temperature gradient and thermal resistance. After that, thermal convection. In that one, we have studied the types of thermal convection. And today, this is the topic, coefficient of thermal convection. Now, thermal radiation. Already we have studied that again. What is the thermal radiation? Heat is transferred from high temperature to low temperature without intervention of the media. It's called thermal radiation. What we have taken the example, the earth receives the energy from the sun. Okay, right. From sun we get light energy as well as heat energy, both light energy and heat energy. That heat energy is now called as thermal radiation. So this thermal radiation has some properties. This is very important. The radiation is very important. Why? This topic we will discuss in chemistry and also in the second year physics. And not only that one, this radiation word we can use rigorously, especially in summer also. Okay, and this topic already you are covered, this studied in the lower classes. Again, we are discussing this topic right now. Properties of thermal radiation. Now, thermal radiation or radiation has wave nature. How the radiation is travels? The radiation is travels like a wave. The radiation travels like a wave. Radiation travels like a wave. That's why it is called which nature? Wave nature. Next, radiation travels without media. For that, radiation media is not required. If media is there, if media is exist, radiation is not affected. Radiation is not affected by the media, but radiation travels in the form of a wave. Next, it is to travel it Media is not required. If media is there, it is not affected. Next, wavelength. What is the wavelength? This is the wave. In the wave, what it is called? Crest. What it is called? Trough. What it is called? Crest. What it is called? Trough. This is the crest. This is the trough. This is the crest. This is the trough. The distance between two successive crests, the distance between two successive troughs is called wavelength. What it is called? Wavelength. Lambda. Okay? Right. The wavelength of radiation starts from 400 nanometer. How much? 400 nanometers to 80,000 nanometer. This is important, very, very important. What is the wavelength range of the radiation? The wavelength range of radiation is 400 nanometers to 80,000 nanometers. This is very important point. Must be remembered. Wavelength lies between 400 nanometers to 80,000 nanometer. Next, the radiation is determined by one instrument. The name of the instrument is called bolometer. Which instrument measures the radiation? The radiation is measured by the instrument, and the instrument name is called bolometer. And next one, radiation is reflected and refracted. Actual these two terms, reflection and refraction, are used for the light. Light has number of properties. In that one, reflection and refraction. Radiation is exhibits reflection and refraction. Not only these two, another properties of the light also exhibited by the radiation. But these two are enough. Okay, number of are there, but you write these two. These are the properties of radiation. How much the wavelength of radiation? 400 nanometers to 80,000 nanometers. Okay. Now the radiation is visible to us, especially thermal radiation is visible, appears to us. Thermal radiation is not visible to us. Just we can determine with the help of which one? Bolometer. Okay. These are the properties of thermal radiation. It important for 2 marks question. Not only that, these properties are very important for you. Why? Based on these properties, we have some problems in chemistry and also in physics in first year and also in second year. Okay, that's why this is very important. And not only these properties, the next to follow topics also very important for the thermal radiation. Black body. Black body. This is a very important topic. Black body. What is a black body? Which all looks like black, that are all are not a black bodies as per the science. Now, what is a black body? A body absorbs all wavelength of incident radiations. Radiation has which nature? Wave nature. Means if it is a black body. Now let us. It looks like a black. It is not a black body. Looks like a block. If the radiations, which one? Thermal radiation. What is the wavelength of thermal radiation? The range is 400 nanometers to 80,000 nanometers. That all are incident, all are absorbed. nanometers to 80,000 nanometer wavelength incident on it if it is absorbs and also emits. Emits which one? 400 nanometers to 80,000 nanometer radiations if it is emits. It is called as a black body. It is called as a black body. Means it is emits all bodies, it emits all wavelength of the radiation? No. When we can warm up, if it is heated, slowly gives the radiation. Means absorbs all the wavelength of the radiation and also emits all wavelength of the radiation. It is called as a black body. Again the definition, a body absorbs all wavelength of incident radiations and also emits all wavelength of radiation is called black body. In the nature around us, in nature, perfect black bodies not exist. In the nature, perfect black body is not there. It is not a perfect black body. If it is heat, it is burns. It is a black, but it is burns. Some of my hair also looks like black, but it is not a black body. It is also burns. This is a black board, but it is not a perfect black body. It is a good black, but not perfect black. Perfect black body is different. Okay. In nature, perfect black bodies not exist, but good black bodies are exist. Good black bodies are there. What are that are number one, lamp black or platinum black. Lamp black, platinum black. These two are a good black bodies, but not perfect black bodies. These two objects has only 98% of black body nature, but not 100%. Lamp black, platinum black. Both objects has only 98% of black body nature, but not 100%. Now, what is a lamp black? Let us take a candle or otherwise oil lamp. You take a wick. When we can fire it, when it is burns, it gives a smoke. You collect that smoke. You collect that smoke. That is a good black. It is how much the nature is there? Only 98%. Otherwise, you take a platinum. The platinum is burns. It is also gives a smoke. You collect that smoke. That is also having how much nature? 98%, but not 100%. All black body, all black color objects are not a black bodies. These black bodies looks like a black color, but not a perfect black body. It must be absorbs all wavelength of the radiation and also emits all wavelength of the radiation. Then only it is called as which one? Black body. Okay? Right. But perfect black body is not in the nature. Good black bodies are exist. The good black bodies are only two. One is lamp black, another one is platinum black. These two objects have only 98% of black body nature. Okay. Radiation. What is it given the example for the radiation in the previous class? The Earth receives the heat energy from the sun. Before the scientist Prevost, all are expected the thermal radiation is emitted by the objects which are at high temperatures. Means, what is the example we are taking for the radiation? Sun. Sun temperature is more. Sun temperature is more. That's why all are expected. The radiation is given by only hot objects. But it is wrong. It is proved by scientist Prevost. What he says all bodies means it is a black color. It is not a black color. This body emits a radiation and absorbs the radiation. This object also emits the radiation and absorbs the radiation. This is a piece of chalk. It is also emits the radiation and absorbs the radiation. Finally, we are also emits the radiation. All objects what happen? Emits the radiation and also absorbs the radiation. But condition is there. What is the condition? When that are above the temperature of 0 Kelvin. 0 Kelvin means in degree centigrade how much we want to write? Minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. Minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. It is called 0 Kelvin. If the object is above the 0 Kelvin, 0 Kelvin is the least. Less than that is not available in the nature. Less than 0 Kelvin till now, no one is not found. More than 0 Kelvin is there. If the object temperature is more than 0 Kelvin or more than minus 273.15 degrees centigrade, that objects either emits a radiation or absorbs the radiation. Now let us take these are the two objects. This object's temperature you take 20 degrees. This object temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. It is how much? 20. It is 30. So it is emits the radiation. It absorbs the radiation. Why? It is 30, it is 20. Difference is that it emits the radiation, it absorbs the radiation. Okay, this is 20. And take the piece of chalk, it is 10. It is 20. Now what happened? It is emits the radiation, it is absorbs the radiation. Okay, what I am saying, this is 30 degrees centigrade. This is 20 degrees centigrade. It is 10 degrees centigrade. It emits the radiation, it absorbs the radiation. It emits the radiation, it absorbs the radiation. Now my temperature is 40 degrees centigrade. Now what happened? This duster is absorbs the radiation. In the beginning what I am saying, it emits the radiation. When it is 30 emits the radiation. It is 20 absorbs the radiation, but 10 is there emits the radiation. Means this object, not only this, all the objects emits the radiation, absorbs the radiation. When that are emits, the surrounding temperature is less than it emits the radiation. The surrounding temperature is less, that is emits. The surrounding temperature is more, absorbs. The surrounding temperature, this object in this side temperature is less than it. Okay, less than this, it is emits the radiation. But in this side temperature is more than this, absorb the radiation. That's why all objects emits the radiation, absorbs the radiation when its temperature is more than 0 Kelvin or minus 273.15 degrees centigrade. That's why radiation is a continuous process. For emission and absorption, temperature is more than 0 Kelvin. Okay, it means all the objects, all the bodies emits the radiation and absorbs the radiation. Okay, now absorptive power. Absorptive power. Okay, let us take, this is one object at a given temperature and wavelength. Means here temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. The wavelength, what is the radiation wavelength? 400 nanometers to 80,000 nanometers. Now I am taken as 3000. Whose temperature is 30 degrees and wavelength is 3000 nanometers. At a given temperature and wavelength, ratio of amount of radiation energy absorbed to the amount of radiation incident in the wavelength range is called absorptive power. Now what is the meaning of that? this one object. This temperature, what I am saying, 30 degrees. What is the wavelength I am saying? 3000. That is incident. It is absorbed. This absorption is divided by this value. This absorption divided by this value is called absorptive power. Okay, here 30 degrees is there, 3000 nanometer is there, that is incident. It is absorbed. Means whatever the absorption, it is divided by this value is called absorptive power. Means how much is incident, it is absorbs, yes, but absorbs total value. Answer is 1. So it is a perfect black body. If it is not a black body, let us take this. Okay, 30 degrees, 3000 nanometer. Incident, but totally it is not absorbs. It is totally not absorbs. Why it is not a black body? It is absorbs some part only. That's why the value is less than 1. Are you followed? Now absorptive power. Okay. Definition of absorptive power and the value of it. Absorptive power symbol is A lambda. A lambda is called how much? 1 for perfect black body. If it is not a black body, another bodies, how much the value of that? Less than 1. Less than 1. Now you see lamp black and platinum black. For lamp black and platinum black, how much A lambda value? A lambda is 1 for perfect black body means 100%. 100% means 100 by 100. For a lamp black and platinum black, what about A lambda? A lambda is equal to 98 by 100. 98 by 100 is how much? 0.98. Okay? Is it clear? Absorptive power. And similarly, we want to discuss another definition, that is emissive power. Emissive power. The emission is emitted. Emissive power is emitted. The rate of emission of radiation through unit cross-sectional area of the object is called emissive power. Okay, in the next class, we will discuss about emissive power, and then after we will discuss the remaining topics which are related to the thermal radiation and also black body. Okay, is it clear about black body? Black body means absorbs all wavelength of the radiation and also emits the all wavelength of the radiation. Okay, as per Prevost, all the bodies emits the radiation and absorbs the radiation when that are above the temperature of 0 Kelvin. Next, absorptive power. Symbol is A lambda. A lambda is equal to 1 for perfect black body. For other bodies, A lambda is less than 1. So, lamp black and platinum black, what we are studying, that are good black bodies but not perfect black bodies. That's why for lamp black and platinum black, how much A lambda? A lambda is equal to 0.98.